Then I remember I had to pee, but it was like I forgot how to pee, so I was scared I was gonna pee on myself. And then it was like, the more I was telling myself, don't pee on yourself, don't pee on yourself, the more I felt like I had to pee on myself. So I didn't know what to do. Okay.
Yeah. When I
Alright, so as you guys can tell by the title, this is gonna be about a time that I had a horrible trip on edibles. It was so bad. I'm a bad storyteller, so I feel like this video is not gonna do justice to how bad it was, but I'm gonna try my best, whatever. How do I start this? So this story took place about like 3 years ago. I think I was a junior in high school. Yeah, I was a junior in high school. I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of background so like the story can make sense. So when I was in high school, me and my friends would always hang out during lunch and then go out the rest of our classes and then hang out again after school. With that being said, it was lunchtime. It was a Friday. And I remember my friend coming up to me and she was telling me how she just had got this edible from some kid in my school and she wanted to try it after school. So I remember like all my friends smoked at the time. I always been around people that smoke, but I never smoked. And the reason I never smoked was I never actually liked the idea of smoking. It wasn't the idea of being high, it was just literally smoking. So she wasn't a smoker either. So when she told me this, I was like, wait, this is like a chance for us to be high and know how it feels without actually having to smoke. She was like, okay, I'm gonna put it in your bag, whatever. I don't know why she wanted to put it in my bag now that I think about it. She was like, I'm gonna put it in your bag, we're gonna meet up after school, we could do it. So I'm like, alright. So I end up going to class after lunch, so whatever, the day goes on. So I totally forget that the edible's in my bag, and I ended up going home. Usually I always hang out with my friends after school, but I was like, whatever, this day I ended up going home. So it's the next day. So I have two friend groups, right? I have my high school friends, and then I have my at-home friends. So my at-home friends, I grew up with them, and I went to middle school with them. So it was Saturday now, the next day. So me and my friends ended up going to my middle school to visit the teachers because we was in high school now, but we still go back and like see the teachers we had and like talk to them and stuff. While we're talking to the teachers, one of the teachers was like, guys, like, I know you hear this from everybody, but don't get involved with drugs when you go to college. Stay away from all of that stuff. So when she said that, it popped in my head that I had the edible in my bag, which is not a good idea. You should stay away from drugs. But anyways, it popped in my head the idea that I had the edible in my bag, whatever. So once we walked away from the teacher, I told my friends, I'm like, listen, I have an edible in my bag. Like, we should do it. So my friends were smokers, so they was like, it was no big deal. But for me, this is gonna be my first time being high. So I was like all like excited and nervous, whatever. So I never researched edibles. I always thought edibles was like brownies that were cooked with weed in it. So my friend is like, whatever, go to your house, go get it. Cause we were supposed to hang out after anyway. So she was like, go to your house, go get it, and then meet us at my other friend's house next to the school. So I'm like, all right. So I come in my room, I'm looking through my bag, whatever. So I'm expecting to see like food wrapped in maybe a Ziploc bag or a tissue because I thought it was brownies. So I come across this like wrapper. I'm gonna put a picture here if I find one online. But it was like this wrapper. It was plastic and it had like aluminum on it. And it had like a whole bunch of words on it. It had pictures. Like, it was so weird. So I was like, is this it? It ended up being a edible from like a hospital that was like only supposed to be prescribed. I'm gonna try to find what the label said. Okay, I pulled it up. So I'm reading off my laptop, that's how I'm looking down. But the label said 100 milligram THC. Whatever. Warning, may cause drowsiness. Didn't pay attention to that. The appropriate dose of medical marijuana may be different for each patient and medical condition. Please consult your physician or medical marijuana center. Consume with care. Do not drive or operate heavy machinery. Medical use only. Keep away from children. No resale. That was already, I don't know why I didn't take that as a red flag, but I was like, whatever. I was just reading like to see, I guess, the ingredients that was in it. So I ended up ignoring everything on the label and I was like, alright, I just wanted to taste a piece. So I wanted to taste a piece before I went down to my friends. Me being dumb, thinking it's candy, not actually knowing it's gonna get me high. So I grab the thing, whatever, out of my bag, and since it was wrapped in aluminum, I wanted to open it to smell it because it looked like a cereal bar. It looked like a Rice Krispie treat, but it was like, I don't know what cereal was it. It was like Fruity Pebbles or something. It was some type of cereal. So once I opened it, it smelled so much like weed. And I opened it in my room, but my parents were home. But still, I opened it in my room and I got so scared because I'm like, it smells so much like weed. So I put it in my pocket, whatever, and smelling that, the smell stuck with me. So I'm thinking I smell like so much weed. So I run down from my house, whatever. So I'm walking back to my friend's house and I run into my dad. So my dad never wanted to talk so much in his life. He stops me. He's like, oh, where you going? Asking me mad questions. And I'm so nervous because I feel like I smell like weed. Like I just opened it to have it in my pocket. So whatever. So I'm trying to like avoid the conversation. I ended up finishing talking to him and I keep walking. So I finally get to where my friend lives and we're outside. So it was me and my other friend Jorita. So we're outside, whatever, and she's like, you wanna eat it now? So I'm like, alright. So the edible was about this big. It was pretty big. I didn't know that edibles were strong. I thought edibles would get you less high than smoking because it was like food, you're eating, you're not smoking it. I didn't know it gets you more high. So the thing is like this big. I take 3/4 of it and she takes 1/4. I don't know why it took so much. Me just wanting to try it. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. So I ended up taking 3/4 of it. So once I bit it, it tastes like so much weed. It didn't taste like cereal at all, but I was like, fuck it. I kept eating it. I ate the whole thing. This big of an edible, and it was pretty thick. It was literally like the size of a Rice Krispie treat. She ate 1/4 and she didn't like the taste and she ended up throwing up instantly. Like she ate half of it, threw up, and then ate the other half. So I never been high before, so I don't know what to expect. I don't know anything. I just knew that when I see people high, they like laugh a lot and they're like really calm. So we go upstairs to my friend's house. We're sitting there, so nothing's happening like at all. So I'm like, maybe like it was a cheap edible, like maybe it didn't really work. So whatever. So like 20 minutes passed, and out of nowhere, I kind of felt it. Like everything was kind of like a floating feeling, but nothing crazy. It was just like everything's a little slow motion and everything's really funny. Like I found everything so funny. That's how my friends knew I was high. And so did my other friend, like Jerta. She found everything so funny. So we sitting there laughing at nothing. Like we're just looking at each other, laughing. So I remember sitting there and my face felt so heavy. Like my face literally felt like it was like drooping down. Like if somebody was pulling down my face. So I'm telling her how I feel. She's telling me the same exact thing back and we're laughing. And our friends think we're crazy. So that's literally like, that was like stage one. It was just nothing but laughing, we're just having fun, whatever. So my friends are doing nothing, they're just playing music, they're talking, and me and Jerry keep laughing. Like 10 minutes pass and we cannot stop laughing. Stage two. So after a little while of us laughing and everything, we was really tired. So then I started to get hungry. So I knew all my friends always got these things called munchies. Like when you're high, you always want like snacks, you always want to eat. But this was not regular munchies. Like I was hungry like I never ate in my life. So when I tell you I spent $40 in food, I bought everything I could. Like I remember I bought rice and chicken. I got biscuits. I went to the pizzeria. I got pizza. I got the garlic knots. I got so much candy. I got so much stuff. Like so much stuff. So after we buy all this food, my friends are laughing at me because I spent so much money. We walked to my other friend Pamela's house. And when we get to her house, we like opening the food because we're dying to eat. So I remember I'm sitting there and I'm eating. Well, I think I'm eating. And my friends are crying. And I'm so hungry that I'm focused on my food. And I'm not like wondering why they're laughing. So they're sitting there like laughing at me. So I'm looking at them like, what's so funny? And they're like, you're not eating your food. You're not putting the food in your mouth. And I'm like, what do you mean? And I look down and all the food is on my lap. And I was literally like putting it to my mouth and it was just falling. Like I guess I couldn't chew it. I don't know what's wrong with me. But I just kept trying to eat and the food was just falling on my mouth and everybody's laughing at me. And I'm high, so I think I'm eating the food. I don't know what they're talking about. Even though I see it, I still think I'm eating the food and I'm still doing it. So after a while, I get kind of nauseous and I'm like, I didn't even want none of the food. I didn't even get to the pizza, to the candy, nothing. I was just eating the rice and chicken and I didn't even finish. And I was like, I feel kind of nauseous. I don't even want this. So I'm sitting there and I'm gonna sound so crazy. But I'm sitting there and I'm just staring at my friends talking, and out of nowhere, everything starts losing color. Like, everything was getting like it was like black and white, but kind of blue. Like, I don't even know how to explain it. Like, everything was just so, it felt like I was watching like a black and white movie. And it was going slow motion, and they were talking, and I could literally see like their mouths like moving so slow. It was the weirdest shit ever. And I'm looking at them and I'm not saying nothing because I don't know what the fuck is going on. And in my head, it's not happening because of the edible. Like, I forgot I was on edibles. I'm just thinking I'm going crazy. So I'm looking at their mouths, I'm looking at them talking, and their mouths are moving like all these weird ways, and they're just talking to each other, and I'm like, alright, I need to go lay down. So I'm like, okay. So I asked my friend, I was like, can I go lay in your bed? She's like, yeah, whatever. So I go lay in her bed and I'm laying down. So my other friend that's high thinks it's funny to come and jump on top of me while I'm laying down. So in my head, she weighed like 1,000 pounds and I thought I was gonna die. And I'm sitting there and I'm telling her to get off because I can't breathe. And she's not even all the way on me. Like, she literally just like has like half her body on me, leaning on me, laughing. And I'm thinking I'm dying. So I'm like, I cannot breathe. And I feel like, I literally felt like if my car was on me, squishing me. And everybody's laughing, everybody's telling her to get off because they see in my face I'm so scared. But I literally thought I was dying. And then she's like, you're being so dramatic. But she didn't realize how much of the edible I ate. So she's still on top of me. She's doing stupid shit like smacking me, whatever. So they starting to get scared because I'm panicking. So they call my cousin. But they call both my cousins, actually. You never met one of them. Whatever. They call both my cousins and they tell them, they're like, can y'all come? Because like he's panicking, he ate edibles. So this was the time that my cousin was doing his portfolios to get into FIT. And we had like a limited amount of time left. So he was so mad, but he knew like I needed his help, whatever. So he came. I remember he walked in the room, the first thing he did was smack me. So he smacked me, but I'm so high, I don't know what's going on. So he's screaming at me, my other friend's laughing, my other friends are scared. There's so much going on. I'm still saying everything in like black and white. And then it hit me, I was like, you gotta throw up. So I ran to the bathroom, like I ran past everybody, ran to the bathroom. I'm sitting on the bathroom floor, and I feel like I have to throw up. But it was like, every time I tried to throw up, it felt like if everything inside of me, like my insides, like everything was gonna come out. So I was kind of scared to throw up. So I looked crazy in the bathroom, and then my friends are trying to come in to like help me, but I keep thinking of my friend that's laughing because she's high, so I don't want none of them to come in at all. So I'm sitting there thinking I'm dying. I'm laying on the bathroom floor, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then I keep thinking in my head, and I'm like, fuck, like, if my mom calls right now or anything, like, I don't know what to do. Right when I say that, my mom calls me, and I'm bad under pressure. So when I'm like trying to be regular, I'm so obvious that something's wrong. So she calls me, whatever, and she's like, hey, what you doing? And I'm like, I'm in Pam's house, I'm really tired. And once they heard me on the phone, they just come in the bathroom. So they're like trying to guide me, tell me what to say, and I'm not listening to any of them because I'm saying everything slow motion, everything's moving crazy. So my mom's like, you okay? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just really tired, I'm about to go to sleep. She's like, in Pam's house, go home. And I'm like, no, I'm tired, I'm just gonna go to sleep. Hang up. Thank God she didn't call me back. So I'm sitting there, so I'm sitting on the floor, and I'm looking at the way my friends are looking at me, and they're looking like if they just killed somebody and they don't know what to do with the body. Like, they were so scared. And I'm looking, what the fuck? And I'm looking at them, and out of nowhere, I literally, like, it was like I couldn't speak. I heard everything they were saying. They was like, do you want us to call the cops? What do we do? And they were like, it was literally like they were so close on my face, but they weren't. They were standing pretty far, but I saw everything so zoomed in, and I could not speak back. And I was just on the floor. I felt dead. Like, I literally felt like if I was looking at myself sitting on the floor. Like, I couldn't move my arms, I couldn't speak, I couldn't do nothing. And then I wish I had the video. They had a video of me like they took, and I looked like a zombie. My face was white, my mouth was white. Like, I was literally just sitting there on the floor. I feel like I was dead. So they're so scared. So then one of my friends was like, my mom's coming. Like, I don't want her to see you like this. Like, cause then she's gonna end up calling your mom, come back to my room. Didn't want to get up. I'm sitting on the floor still, like, trying to make myself throw up. I never ended up throwing up. And then I remember I had to pee. But it was like I forgot how to pee, so I was scared I was gonna pee on myself. And then it was like, the more I was telling myself, don't pee on yourself, don't pee on yourself, the more I felt like I had to pee on myself. So I didn't know what to do. So then I ended up getting up from the floor, and I laid back on her bed. I fell asleep for like an hour, maybe 2 hours. And then I got up, and I was thinking, I can't go home like this, and I don't know how long this is gonna last. So I remember telling my cousin, like, listen, I'm gonna stay over at your house. We gotta go to my house before my parents get home, pack me a bag, and then we gotta leave. So that's what we did. So once I got up from the bed, it was like my legs did not work. Like, it was just like, it was so hard to walk. We get to my house, they pack me a bag, and then I go to my cousin's house. And I was still high. Like, I was literally high for 13 hours. And it wasn't like it was fading away. It was like I was so high. Like, it was just, it was horrible. It was so bad. And my friends were so scared. Like, they literally thought I was gonna die. And then they wanted to call the ambulance, but they didn't want me to get in trouble, which was like, I'm happy they didn't, because I ended up doing it by myself. But it was like so scary, because they literally, like, they felt bad because they didn't call the ambulance, but then they felt guilty if they did and I got in trouble. And they knew my parents were like strict. Like, whenever something happened with me, I would always get in trouble. So they didn't want me to get me in trouble. So it was just crazy. I stayed at my cousin's house. I felt, oh my God. The feeling was disgusting. Like, it was literally like if you can't control your body. Like, if you're trying to carry your own dead body, if that makes sense. Like, it was just, everything was crazy. I was seeing colors. I was seeing no color. Everything was moving. Like if it was water, like, everything was just moving so crazy. It was weird. Like, I don't know. I hate weed because of it. Like, I do not smoke. I do not do anything. And I'm happy I had that experience, because that shit, it was nasty. And yeah, and then and then a week later, my mom found out. I still don't know to this day how she found out. I still don't know. But I remember we're on the train, and she was just looking at me like a weird way. And in my head, the edible thing left my head. Like, I'm like, whatever, it's a regular day. So she keeps looking at me, like she keeps looking at me on the train, and she's looking at me in a weird way. And I'm like, you okay? And I don't know, she's just like, you didn't try anything lately? And I'm like, try anything? What do you mean? And it's not hitting me. The edible idea is not in my head. She's like, you didn't do anything different at all. Like, you didn't try new things. And in my head, I'm like, what is she talking about? And she's like, you didn't try anything specific. She was like, you didn't try any type of candy or anything. And I'm like, candy? I was like, and it hit me, and I was like, the edible. And I'm like, she can't know about the edible. Like, my friends wouldn't tell her. Nobody else knew. So I'm like, she don't know about the edible. So I'm like, candy. I'm like, no, you got new candy. Like, I was acting so, like, so calm. I wasn't acting suspicious or nothing. I was just like, what are you talking about? Because in my head, there was no way she knew about the edible. She was like, you didn't try any type of drug. So when she said that, I was like, fuck. She knows. Fuck. So I'm like, what are you, a drug? I was like, I don't do drugs. What are you talking about? So she stays quiet. So we walking out the train, whatever. So she was like, Jaden, you didn't try. And then she said the name of it. I forgot the name it said on the wrapper, but it was basically like Fruit Loop something something. Basically saying it was like an edible Fruit Loop thing. Or Fruity Pebbles, whatever the fuck it was. So then I'm like, so I like stay quiet. Because like, I already knew she knows. There's no point of lying when I know she knows. So I stay quiet. So she was like, oh, you do drugs now? So I'm like, drugs? No, what are you talking about? So, I was so nervous. So she smacked me instantly. We was outside, I think she smacked me. After she smacked me, she started like screaming at me. She was basically like, oh, what are you doing all of these drugs? It has so much stuff in it. So in my mind, I'm like, so much stuff in it, what are you talking about? So I think when she read the name of the rapper and she Googled it, something else came up. Cause she thought I did like cocaine and all this crazy stuff, and she smacked me thinking I was doing like crazy drugs, and I was like, no, it was weed. So like when I told her that, she calmed down, but she was still mad because she knows I wasn't into any of that. So she thought it was my friends instantly. She swears, like she swore I had the worst friends ever. So she thought it was my friends that like convinced me to do it when it wasn't. But I'm the one that brings it to them. But let me know if you want me to do more story times. I feel like it wasn't as bad as I thought it was gonna be. I thought I was just gonna be rambling on. But yeah, let me know if you want me to do more story times and what kind of videos y'all want to see on my channel. And comment down if you ever had like a bad edible trip or like drug trip period. But that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. No. But basically